Okay. Hi everyone, welcome. So in this session, we are going to learn about delete API. So delete API basically will pass the ID and it should delete the record. That's it. Okay. So let's do that. So here I will have one delete API. Okay. I will pass ID here as an integer parameter. Okay. And then it should delete the record. So I will create this method delete. I will send integer as a ID parameter. Okay, it should return base response whether it is got deleted or not. That's it. So this is my method. I need to implement that into this service class here. So what was the signature of that method? This one, right? So I will go into the service course service. Here I will just mention delete. So this will return me the base response whether it got deleted or not. In order to delete the record, I will need to add the same signature into the repository as well. So this is my repository class. In the repository, copy the same signature for delete API and then implement that in the with the database. So copy the previous method and then get the signature. This signature I'll need to add here. Okay. DB context courses dot find this ID. You will get one course record, course item. Okay. You got one course record from the database. I wanted to delete this one. How I can do that? Okay. So DB context dot tbl course dot remove is the function. If you use remove function, pass your object course item object. Remove async might be there. Okay, remove async. No, it is not there. No problem. So just call this function and you can call db.context dot save changes async. Okay, and here you can apply the await keyword like this. That's it. It will delete the record. How many record it deleted, that you will get inside the this API response. So bool result is equal to save changes is greater than 0. Whatever records he has deleted, you will get the number of records. If it is greater than 0, it means true, otherwise false. This method we need to add into the interface, and same method we need to call from the service. Delete. While deleting, you will need to pass the ID. It will return you the success response, and this success response we are anyway returning back to the controller. Go to the controller. This should not be get, it should be delete this time. Okay, so delete by ID. Here you should have ID, pass that ID, and this should be delete. That's it. Build the project, run the project. You got the delete API. Okay, now you can run that delete API like this. Delete, I wanted to delete, let's say, record number 12. Okay, not 12. I want to delete record number first, .NET Booster, because these two we can delete and then we'll add course 11, 12 like that. Okay, so first one I wanted to delete, execute. Okay, this one. So it got deleted success true. And let's check the database. See, that is no longer available. Okay, same you can do from the Postman. What I will do, I will make one more duplicate copy. Here you will have to select delete. Here you will have to send call delete API. Now send to this time. Click on send button. You will get, okay, for delete it is sending get by ID. Why? Let me check. Get by ID because this method name. Okay, let's stop, start again. Okay, now get by ID delete. Now if you send a delete with parameter 2, it should delete the second number of record, that is Java development. Okay, so it should return success true. If I go to the database, this should be get deleted. If I execute, you can see that is no longer available. Great. So this is how we can just implement the delete API. Now there is only one API is pending, that is your update API. Let's do that as well. So for update API, we need to just make it update, and this will be HTTP put. For update, we will use put. For delete, we will use delete. For insert, okay, for insert and then get all, we will use HTTP post. So these are the HTTP verbs or methods. Okay, method name should also be update, and for update you will get record from the body. In the body you will get the record like what all things you can update. You can update only name, total fees, and the duration of course. So I can use same request here, course request. Okay, we can rename this class as a upsert, not upsert, but insert update course request. Okay, because same request object we are using in the update API as well as insert API. So that's why I just rename that class to insert update course request. While renaming it, I take care of reflection. You can see everywhere it will get changed everywhere because I rename it using double control double R. So it is reflection. And this is the request object. And I wanted to create one more method for update, that is not one more method. I think we can reuse the same method, create method. I will just rename this method to insert update like this. So same method should take care of insert operation, update operation. Got it? You can see here also it got renamed. In the repository also I wanted to rename that. So insert update. Now you will see key how we can do that. How we can identify whether we are calling this method for insert or delete, sorry, insert or update, that we can do here, that logic. If course dot id is equal to 0 means this is create operation. Got it? If or else, if it is not 0 means we are doing the update operation. So update operation we can do in the else block. Okay, how we can update it now? By using the entity framework. First of all, in order to update the record, you will need to get the record by their ID from the database. So how we can get the record? By using the find method. So that find method you can add here because you want to update the record, right? So that we can get by ID first, course.id, you got the DB record. Okay, now you can assign your parameters to your DB records like DB record dot name is equal to my course record dot name. So this name coming from the UI, this is coming from the database. So I wanted to set the new name into the database like that. Okay, next is DB record dot total fees, replace with the new fees provided by UI frontend. Next, duration, right? It should be get replaced by the UI value. Once you're done, that's it. db.save changes, it will save the record and you will get it as a result. Why it is showing the warning here? DB record might be null here. So for that, you will have to do one thing. If DB record not equal to null, if it is not null, then only try to update that, right? Whatever ID I have sent in the from the UI side, if that ID itself is not available in the database, then don't update anything. If ID is correct, database has that record, then update that record. Simple. Here we can throw the exception. Throw exception. Exception. What will be the exception now? Exception is invalid ID or bad request. Like this. Okay. This is how we can throw the custom exceptions. Bad request. Whatever data you send to us, that is not correct. Okay. So if we throw the exception here, it will get catch in the service layer. You can see service layer has the try and catch flow. It will get catch here in the exception object. If you got the exception, then what you will need to do? You will have to return that message to the UI. So response dot error message is equal to whatever error we got, it will get catch in the EX object. EX means exception dot message. So this message and response should be success should be false, right? In this case, like this. So whatever exception you will throw from the database or repository layer, it will get catch into this catch block. We got the exception in EX block, EX variable. We set that message to the error message variable. We are returning it back. Don't throw it again. Okay, this is fine. Now, why it is running? Okay, because of this response. This response we will need to send outside of the try catch block because all code paths should return the value. Now that error got resolved. Go inside this insert update. If course ID is 0, add it. If not 0, check if it is available in database. If yes, it is available in database, update that. If it is not available in database, throw the exception. Okay. Invalid course ID. Invalid course ID. Whatever you can send. Okay. Got it. Now go to the controller. See what are all missing things. Insert update. Send this one. Here also insert update. Send in. Make sure whatever changes we done for the create API should not break the existing functionality. So that's why I'm just rechecking everything, whether for at least create API it should not break because we have changed the method name and everything. So for create API, it will have course ID 0. It will add the record. And once you got the record, it will return the success. Okay, it will not break anything. Let's build the project now. Stop it. Control Shift B. And we need to test create API as well as update API. Okay. So let's see. Okay, we got post, get, put, delete. Let's try to call create API first. Okay. Create API we already have here. I wanted to add one more record, that is course number, let's say 11. Okay, send. Okay, success true. Go to the database, execute. We got the 11. Now I wanted to rename this 11 to .NET full stack. So for that purpose, I'll need to make a duplicate copy of this tab. We need to call it as a port. Go to the API, change it to the update. In the body tab, I need to change the name from course 11 to .NET full stack development. And fees I wanted to change from 15,000 to 20,000, let's say. And duration from 90 to 60. Okay, let's say. And then while calling the put API or update API, you will have to send ID as well. Because by using that ID only, we can determine which record need to be updated. So that's why ID is equal to 13, comma. Now one more thing I forgot. What I forgot? While updating the entry, we need to assign two more things. I'm just going to stop here. Number one is db record dot updated by. Okay, and db record dot updated date time is equal to course dot updated date time. And this updated by and updated date time we need to send from the service. Here we have added updated by null, updated date time null, right? But this should not be null always. Null in a case of insert, where course is equal to this. Okay, if it is null, if course dot id is equal to 0, means insert operation, else update operation. Okay, I want, if it is not 0, means for update operation I want to set the updated by id. Updated by id is equal to 0 for now, because we do not have the JWT token implementation, so I cannot determine who has updated that record, so that's why 0. Then course dot updated date is equal to datetime dot now. Datetime dot now means current time and date. Okay, and that course object we will pass as a parameter here. And one more thing we forgot, while assigning this to course object, we need to assign the ID as well, because we are now getting the ID from the UI, which we forgot to add as a field here. Okay, so UI will send us the ID as well. And if UI send that ID, we need to set that ID to the course object, irrespective of whether it has 0 value or some value. If it has 0, it will not set updated by updated date. And if it is 0, then it will just add the record into the database. Okay, but if it is non-zero, it means we have to set it updated by ID, updated by date. And if it is non-zero, then we have to get the record from the database, update the values, and then save it again. Okay, now run this API. Okay, again, let's create another one more record, that is course 12. In the database, we are having course 11. I am going to create one more, course 12. Okay, let's refresh. We got that. I wanted to rename this 12 as a .NET full stack. So I got this dummy tab, duplicate tab, where I have sent 13 .NET full stack. Everything I have changed. Now let's attach the debugger on the controller here, and then call the API. Once you call the API, you can see I got all the data which I sent from the full Postman. ID, duration in days, name, total fees, everything. Then step into here. I have created one course object. This object has these many data. Okay. No updated date, no updated ID, because we haven't determined that we haven't assigned any value to it. Course ID is non-zero. Yes, it means this is update operation. If it is the update operation, then only set the updated date time. Okay. And then go inside the insert update method. Here course ID is non-zero. It means it will go to the else block. In else block, it will get the existing value from the database. So this is the existing value. What is that? Course 11 is the existing value, right? This one is going to update. Okay. Why? Because we have sent 13 here. For 12, it was 14. We forgot to send 14. So this record will get updated. Okay. So we got 13, right? This should get updated with the course .NET full stack. So .NET full stack new name we're assigning here. See, course.name to database.name 11. So we have assigned all new values here. We have assigned fees. Previous fees was 15,000. Now it is 20,000. Go next. Duration was 90. Now it is 60. Go next. Updated by was 0. Sorry, null. Now it is 0. Go next. Updated date was null. Now it is current date time. Go next. 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 Update. Now it will get update into the database. If you refresh this data, you can see only one entry we have modified, and that's why we got the updated date time here and updated user ID here. Okay. Along with the new fees, new duration, no changes at the creation timestamp with the new name. So this is your update entry. Okay. I guess we have covered everything for the course module: create, get all, get by ID, delete, and update. So for all other entities from our syllabus, batches, trainer, student, for all other entities, we need to implement the same APIs. Only column set of columns will be different, table name will be different, and that's it. Everything else is same. Okay, so we need to create the same controller, same service, same repository, same table structure, everything. Only name and conventions will be changed. Okay, so I will stop here. We'll see you again in next session for the next entity. Thank you.